Okay, we got a lot to talk about tonight. Oh, God. It's really a lot to talk about tonight, man. NXT Takeover, Portland. Wow, what do I have to say about this show? You know, there's been a lot of talk lately, and I'm sure a lot of people have said this, including myself, that this was a very stacked up card, okay? No denying that one bit. So, what was going to happen on this show, and what do you expect? Expectations exceeded very high, of course. This is NXT, this is TakeOver. You never really doubt any takeovers. They always turn out great. Some people said this may have been the verge of being the most perfect takeover show of all time. In a way, nearly it was. In a way. Now, I'm not saying it was really anything bad now. Maybe a couple parts nitpick here and there to what I've seen, because a lot of this show was mostly fantastic. A lot of these matches were nearly fantastic from beginning all the way to the end, with 6 matches. Surprisingly 6 this time. Usually NXT takeovers have about 5 matches, but it was 6. And of course, this show started about 6 o'clock tonight, ended at about 9 p.m. So takeovers always kind of end early when you look at it. I think probably would have ended maybe 30 minutes ago if we had 5 matches though. The only thing I will say that is a little bit odd about NXT TakeOver tonight is that it's not on a Saturday and it's on a Sunday tonight. But it's still, like I said, it's still a little weird that it's not on Saturday and everything, but hey, Sunday works fine too. Now, I know a lot of people were saying that, okay, the reason why NXT was on even on Sunday tonight was it's not that they have another show, because usually NXT goes on Saturday, but then, there's usually some big WWE pay-per-view the next night, probably like a Royal Rumble or SummerSlam or WrestleMania, whatnot. Some people believe that's the reason why NXT was on Sunday, even though NXT had already had a show on Saturday by itself before. If you go back to NXT TakeOver 25, they could do Saturday on their own. I never really knew why they did it on Sunday tonight, but like I said, just a little strange that it's still on Sunday and not a Saturday though. But though, we do kick off with the show. NXT North American Championship on the line, but I guess I say before we do get to the show, of course, the opening they had. Stage looked though pretty okay, I will say that. They had Poppy back again. They really bring Poppy a lot. I'm used to seeing Poppy with Io Shirai a lot for some reason, but they had Poppy perform the theme song to the show to kick off of it. And then we get to the North American Championship between Keith Lee and Donovan Dijak, and holy crap was this match fantastic. I'm telling you, fantastic. Okay, because, like I said, this match was fantastic. Wow, where do you begin with these guys, okay? Because only thing I thought was a little bit strange that the champion comes out first. I say that a lot. Like, why does the champion always come out first? Literally makes no sense to me. But these guys just, I don't know, man. Just the stuff they do as big guys is insane. Like I said, these guys are giants, but they move like cruiserweights at the same time, okay? They just move like freaking cruiserweights out there. And where do you begin with this, huh? Because, like I said, of course, these guys are going to chop the crap out of each other. Once again, a lot of dodges. Dijak pretty much doing a big jump to the outside of the ring. Lee caught him, even though it looked like Dijak almost hit his head on the ring apron. Lee caught him and was about to go through a power bomb on the apron, but Dijak got out of it then and pretty much suplexed Lee onto the apron then, which looked kind of crazy. Pretty much going back and forth on punch. Real crazy thing they about to do right here. Oh man, these elbows these guys throw at each other looks deadly several times. Next thing you know, oh man, this was an insane. They pretty much go to the side of the announce tables, right? And oh man, this is insane. These the chops. What do I have to say about the chops? Keith Lee does sits down Dijak on the seat, hits him with very big chops, which looks very insane, might I add. Next thing you know, Dijak was able to get up, and he had Keith Lee on the chair then. Pretty much Dijak does a big a big flip to the outside, landing on Keith Lee. I thought he almost landed on his head, but he hit him while he was sitting on the chair. Pretty much fans chanting NXT, going insane, of course. It just looked crazy. Sooner or later, they both got back into the ring then. And, man, this is where the dodges kind of keep coming in here and there. Because, Dijak, I think he's about to hit him with a... I think it was a choke slam then, because he pretty much hit him a swanton. He's going to go for a choke slam. Keith Lee dodged it, tried to go for that jackhammer, or they call it the Big Bang Theory now, it looks like. But next thing you know, just multiple dodges. He tries to go for a choke slam. The other one goes for a choke slam. But Keith Lee tried to go for the Spirit Bomb. Hits the Spirit Bomb. This is my favorite spot tonight when these guys kept dodging each other with flips and whatnot. But he hits the Spirit Bomb. Dijak no-sells it. And then Keith Lee pretty much hits him with another Spirit Bomb. I actually thought it was over right here. But no, just for a 2 count then. Dijak and Lee pretty much get up. They go up to the top rope. Dijak hits him with a big Spanish fly from the top rope then. And was going to go for Feast Your Eyes again, because he hit him with Feast Your Eyes from the top rope, which looked insane early in the match. But he was not able to get it. Keith Lee pretty much got back up and hit his jackhammer, or like some people call it, was the Big Bang Clash or Theory. I don't know what it's called, but they called it the jackhammer at first. And Keith Lee got the win from there, retaining the North American Championship. Like I said before, all I can really say about this match, it was fantastic. It was very hard to compete with whoever was going to come up after this, because I was like, good luck to whoever has to follow this match, because what was this, 20 minutes and whatnot? And it was insane. Now, I know a lot of people probably gotten tired of this feud because we've seen this matches one too many times. Or it was a spot fest, of course, which in a way it was, because both of these guys just hit these giant, crazy moves on each other and get right back up like it's nothing. And I could see people's argument. I kind of looked on that on Twitter tonight. But, these guys always have a lot of great matches and whatnot. Now, the whole no-selling thing, like I said, I've heard that argument before too, but I'm not really mad at that at the same time. It's just when he hit the Spirit Bomb and this dude gets right back up, and then you got to hit another Spirit Bomb just to take him down again, was just pretty insane at the same time, okay? But that's something I like. But overall, this is about to be my match of the night at first. I know there's a lot more to talk about in this show, but right off the bat, both of these guys just hit another home run match again. And like I said, this is one of my favorites of the night between Keith Lee and Dijak. And come on, I knew Keith Lee was going to win anyways or whatnot, but it's crazy when you just see two giant guys hit cruiserweight moves on each other with just the most insane stuff you can even think of, okay? Just flying outside the ring, giant moves off the top rope, multiple flips, just crazy finishers. But like I said, I can agree on the no-sell part where it does happen a little bit too much. But a fantastic match. Next match that comes up is who's going to follow it. We have Tegan Nox and Dakota Kai in a street fight. But pretty much the match ended up with Dakota Kai attacking Tegan Nox before the match even started, which both women started fighting, I should say, or arguing with, not I say arguing, but pretty much both of them brawled through the crowd, knocked into the barricade. Dakota Kai ended up DDTing Nox to the ground before throwing her in the ring to start the match. Now, I would say something about this match. Okay, now, I'm not the biggest fan of this feud, and I was kind of wondering how this match was going to go. I didn't think the match was going to suck or anything, and this actually turned out to be a very good street fight, despite to the ending we'll get to. But, you've heard me say about this feud before. I've called it wannabe Ciampa, wannabe Gargano, which we're going to get into that soon enough, because I know it's not a comparable thing, but I just kind of looked how they had booked it with the whole, okay, they're friends, but they turn on each other. And then you got Dakota Kai looking like a wannabe Ciampa, or, Tegan Nox and whatnot. It's like Gargano, I guess. But, I kept calling them Team Knee Brace, because this whole thing is about knee braces most of the time with these two and whatnot. And listen, like I said, this was a very good match, even though I've said before, Tegan Nox, I know people hype her up on the internet like it's the next big thing or something, which I still do not see at the same time. But this match was really good, though, and there's a lot to say about this, okay? Because I will say this. Both these women beat the living crap out of each other. Just a lot of crazy things. Nox pretty much using a trash can on Kai's head, hitting a senton on it. One thing that was pretty crazy was using a trash can on Dakota Kai with the trash can again with the senton, but kind of hurting her back at the same time. Dakota Kai coming back, pretty much blocking Tia Nox from a suplex to take her down. Next thing you know, they're on the outside of the ring, and when they went for another suplex, Dakota Kai pretty much put Tia Nox on the apron and pretty much took a trash can lid and smacked her across the head with it, that the trash can lid looked like it nearly exploded on herself, almost kind of breaking a little. I don't know where that debris came from, but that was a wicked trash can lid shot at the same time. Dakota Kai pretty much coming back then, knocking her down with her boot, and then after that, multiple super kicks then, but Tia Nox was able to come back and take a trash can, pretty much smashing Dakota Kai in the back with, then giving her a big German suplex, which looked deadly at the same time too. Was about to go for the shiniest wizard, but ended up missing. Dakota Kai pretty much came with a code red, or a code red backbreaker, it looked like, and pretty much got a near fall after that. Tia Nox, pretty hard. There was a table set up, but next thing you know, they were able to pretty much Tia Nox, or I think Dakota Kai had to put one of themselves through the table, whatnot. But pretty much got back in the ring right after that. Next thing you know, what else was in this match? Oh, Tia Nox pretty much taking Dakota Kai's head and putting it in the chair as it was sat up, and was gonna boot her or kick her in the face with it, but Dakota Kai got out of it then and pretty much dodged it to take down Tia Nox then. Pretty much Dakota Kai had some tape then and taped Nox's hand into the turnbuckle, the bottom of it, and pretty much started kicking her then. And from the turnbuckle, but Tia Nox pretty much had a laptop then or something. I didn't know what that was, but it was a laptop, and hitting Dakota Kai in the knee with it, it looked like. Tia Nox then got a big metal chain and tripped Dakota Kai again, pretty much using that chain to kind of wrap her legs around, unbuckle the knee brace and start stomping on it, and then beating her leg several times, and then taking a chair, putting it on Dakota Kai's leg, and then stomping on it again, and probably gave the best shiniest wizard I've ever seen, because most of those shiniest wizards she's ever did always look pretty weak, if you ask me, but this was a actually really good shiniest wizard that ever happened. But instead of Tia Nox going for the pinfall, next thing you know, she got a table and she put it in the ring. She put Dakota Kai on it, but then wrapped a chair around her neck and was gonna pretty much go from the top rope and I guess step on her or something or go through it. But next thing you know, someone shows up, and for a second there, they said Raquel Gonzalez or Reina Gonzalez, or I did not know who this was, nor did anybody know, because the first thought, I actually thought this was Sonya Deville right here. This girl looked like Sonya Deville for a second. I like Sonya Deville until they said it was a different name then. But next thing you know, Gonzalez pretty much took Tia Nox and threw her onto the table, which she missed the whole table. Table did not break. I am the table Botchamania. But that table shot did look like it hit her head very hard when falling to the ground. But I don't know what happened here, but obviously Gonzalez just missed the whole spot. Just missed it, okay? Like, she didn't even break the table. Like, her head hit the table, but the table did not break. So a bad spot there, because honestly, I did not know who this girl was until it took me a little time to think about it. Because at first, I thought this was Sonya Deville. I swear to God, this was Sonya Deville right here. And, to also add, someone had to bring this up to me that Reina Gonzalez was like some type. They said, did she come out with a cowbell and leather chaps? And I said, did that happen? I had to look it back up because it was actually in the Mae Young Classic, and I guess it was a little bit on NXT House Show she was doing. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, though. Was this girl on the NXT UK show? If I remember, I don't know. I probably seen a couple of clips here and there. But did Gonzalez team with, I don't know if she teamed with Ripley on the UK show at one point, or I swear I saw them as a team, or maybe that was a different girl then. I don't know, but correct me if I'm wrong, though. I swear she teamed up with Ripley at one point on the UK NXT, though, or whatnot. And I don't know why they kind of name changed. Okay, she was Reina Gonzalez, now she's Raquel Gonzalez. I think that's the thing now. Not really sure about that, to be honest. I had to take a little bit of time to think about that. But a very strange debut for Gonzalez, though. I guess now she's supposed to be like the bodyguard for Dakota Kai. Well, she's going to be the heavy now, so I guess we'll see where this goes. But just kind of a strange debut. I know outside of the whole missing the whole table thing, no, it's just kind of odd that they changed their name, and it just had to be brought back up to me. I guess she's got a new gimmick going on, no, but she was wearing like chaps and coming out with a cowbell, being some cowgirl or something. I don't know what that whole gimmick was about, but I guess they gave her something new. Because, like I said, when she came out there, I actually thought this was Sonya Deville. I thought they moved Sonya Deville back to NXT for a second, but I'm like, I remember Sonya Deville looking this big though at the same time too. So that just really kind of caught me off guard. So I guess they want to continue this whole Dakota Kai versus Tegan Knox. Honestly, this is probably the most interesting thing I've seen in this feud since the stuff that happened at NXT Takeover War Games. Like I said, I've been kind of a little bit iffy on this feud at the same time because you've seen me make fun of this. I've called the wannabe Gargano and Ciampa several times, but this was actually a very good hardcore match. Like I said, it was a very tough act to follow, especially after the North American Championship match between Keith Lee and Dijak there, but they did deliver and they did keep the crowd more interested throughout the end. I'll just say maybe the finish was kind of weak. That's all I can really say from that, but Dakota Kai ends up getting the win after that very botched table spot in the end though. So we'll see where this goes next, okay? But overall, a very good match though. Very good brawl. Next thing you know, we get Johnny Gargano versus Finn Balor. Of course, Gargano's got another more Marvel gear coming out there. Looked like he had Carnage, I think. I think it was Carnage from Spider-Man, but supervillain this time versus Finn Balor. This match was very long. I still like this match, and I almost kind of called it a little bit match of the night, somewhat match of the night in a way, but I did not like this match until maybe the last 10 minutes of this match, because I'm surprised they got so much time out there, but it looked better more on into the end, okay? Because I felt a lot of the beginning, halfway through this match, dragged. Lots of dragging, okay? A lot of rest holds, collar, elbow tie up, and it's, my friend Steven brought this up to me tonight. If these guys, supposedly hate each other so much, what's with all the rest holds and everything? And there was some times where this match kind of started to drag a little bit, and I really believe that, like, I'm watching the match and it's enjoyed at the same time, but it was almost like I was kind of waiting for something exciting to happen too. I felt in the last 10-15 minutes of the match, that's when it got a little bit better. I think when they started doing shotgun drop kicks to the outside, especially Gargano going one for Balor into the barricade or whatnot, because I know Balor dodged the first one, but like I said, it was a lot of armbar, a lot of stomping, a lot of holds several times and whatnot, and they kept talking about Gargano's leg because he had a torn MCL and whatnot. Balor going for Gargano's ankle half the time, even putting a submission hold in, but Gargano started coming back then with some punches or whatnot, trying to go for the Gargano escape. Balor trying to go for the Bloody Sunday, but once again, Gargano was able to get out of that then. Pretty much throwing Balor into the steps. Gargano hit a cannonball on him from the apron, but Balor, pretty much coming back. Excuse me, with an apron then, pretty much coming back with a slingshot spear for the 2 count inside the ring. Balor pretty much coming back then, taking it out with an elbow then after that. Next thing you know, I think this is when it started getting a little bit better because they start kind of dodging moves. Gargano ended up hitting him with the long dart then, and then hit him with a Pele kick to the near fall. Crowd's going nuts right here. Balor's trying to get back up. Next thing you know, both of these guys start throwing punches on each other right on the apron and whatnot. Pretty much both took themselves down then with a punch or whatnot. Gargano pretty much ended up dodging the coup de grace in. Gargano pretty much came back with another DDT for a 2 count. They start standing off there on the apron. But Gargano's able to take him down. Balor pretty much dodged the DIY knee, hit him with another sling blade. Tried to go for the shotgun drop kick, but Gargano blocked him and got the super kick on him then. And then once again, another sling blade. Next, another shotgun drop kick again on Gargano. Once again, go for the coup de grace, but Gargano get out of it. Put him in the Gargano escape, but Gargano pretty much tried to keep him in the center or whatnot several times. Balor finally got out of it. Hit him with a big double stomp then. Gargano, once again, tried to go for the Bloody Sunday, but once again, Gargano got him into another Gargano's escape. Then that looked pretty crazy then after that. Balor pretty much got over to the bottom rope finally to get himself out to the ringside then, but Gargano saw him, pretty much put the gun signs up then after that. Gargano pretty much hit the shotgun drop kick on him then, taking him down into the barricade. For once, actually, this time the barricade didn't fall over with several planted fans right there, but hey, we're in an arena this time, so I guess it was a little bit more reinforced. But after that, Mauro called him Johnny Carnage tonight, because of the Carnage gear. Gargano was pretty much going to do a DDT in on the announce table to him, but Balor pretty much was able to get him in a big suplex on the Spanish announce table, which, look at this table throughout the entire night, because this table will not break, and we will get to this table later on tonight. But as Gargano was laying on the table, Balor looked at him. Balor got on the regular announce table then, and pretty much ran into Gargano, hit him with another shotgun drop kick, and knocking him off the table into the barricade onto the ground. Balor ended up throwing him back in the ring. Hit the coup de grace once again. Did the Bullet Club sign at him or whatnot. Gun sign, I should say. And then hit him with one big elevated Bloody Sunday for the win, winning the match right there. So next thing you know, Balor pretty much started to choke Gargano. After that, pretty much, I guess now saying, like, I run NXT or something. I knew Balor was going to win this match because here's the thing. I saw a lot of people, I had this, debate because a lot of people said Gargano was going to go over. I knew Balor was going to go over because, I'm sure they want Balor mostly winning all the top-level matches, especially takeover matches. They don't really want him losing because, like I said, this guy was already in NXT before, and he was on the main roster, but, since they got him back, you want to keep giving him wins or whatnot, okay? Because a lot of people thought Gargano was going to go over, but I just didn't think that was really going to happen. And we're going to get more into Gargano later on into this review, because there's a lot I have to say, especially how it ended tonight with Gargano and what it meant for him, because I'm sure a lot of people said, where did these two go on to next or whatnot? But then Balor, of course, needed to win, because I'm sure a lot of people say, well, he's got to get that main roster stink or whatnot, or he's got to prove him wrong, or else, people are going to be right about what they said about him on the main roster. And, I already saw some people on Twitter is like, well, Gargano brought up, well, Balor lost on Raw every week in a row to Lashley or something like that, and, pretty much he had to get the win right here, but I think they just want to keep Finn Balor looking strong, of course, because he's mostly beaten a lot of people. Even he said at the end, he's like Riddle, Dragunov, Gargano, who's next, basically. So Balor, they got to keep making him look like a killer on NXT. So I figured he was going to go over Gargano right here, because, like I said, we'll get back to Gargano later on, but this was still a really good match. Way towards the end, though. That's when it got great. When you get to the near ending of this match in the last 10-15 minutes of it, that's when it was looking great. But in like that first half, it just felt like it dragged, a lot of rest holds, and I just didn't think they were going to get nearly 30 minutes out there. They had a lot of time in this match, but this was still a very great match at the same time, no. But like I said before, in the last 10-15 minutes, that's when I thought it was great, okay? But next thing you know, what else did we have? Of course, they got to promote the Dream or whatnot. And next thing we had the women's title on the line. Bianca Belair came out first. I did like her gear. Pretty much on the back it had Black History in the making. It is Black History Month, so that was some cool gear Bianca came out with. But then again, it's more than a month. Hey, Black History's every day, okay? But I'm not going to get into that right now, but it is. But shit, I'm going into Rhea Ripley. Now, this match right here, this may have been the weakest match of the night. This was still good. I'm not trying to say the match was bad or anything, but for takeover levels, this probably may have been the weakest one. This was still a good match, but like through the first half, it was just kind of like it was good and all, but it was just kind of basic in a way. And I think people once again were waiting for something big two happened at the same time. But I think when they kind of got later on, especially with Bianca's strength picking up Ripley from the top rope into the military press and then slam her on the ground, that looked crazy then. Fans chanting EST, of course. But I think they got to the top rope then at one point, slapping each other. Yeah, this one she did that military press where they slapped each other, and then she used that hair whip then at the same time. Ripley pretty much got back up, pretty much dodging Bianca Belair then. I think it was from a punch or whatnot, but pretty much next you know they both kept countering it several times. Bianca pretty much came in and hit a big spear on Ripley onto the ground, and that looked a very brutal big spear, by the way. But next thing you know, both of them got up, started hitting forearms several times. Ripley hit a big kick on her, but Belair came back with a big forearm. Pretty much Ripley got out of the Grand Slam then and pretty much knocked Belair back. But as she went across the ropes, this is probably the most scariest spot of the entire night. Belair pretty much gives Ripley a big back body drop to the outside, which it looked like Ripley landed on her feet, but almost slipped. Even she had to look around like, wow, I can't believe I did that in a way. She looked like she could have broke her ankle right there, landed on the ground. But yeah, when she hit the ground, that looked brutal. Just the way she kind of slipped almost to her back was just insane. But Jay, she got a lot of air, okay? Ripley went very, very high into the air, falling onto the ground. So that was a very just insane move. But Belair pretty much ended up doing a big dive of her own to the outside of the ring then. Pretty much both were on the ground. Ripley ended up getting, Belair back. Well, slammed her into the steel steps then right after that. Before they went back into the ring. Pretty much Ripley pretty much tried to get Belair back up. Slam her into the turnbuckle then. Ripley pretty much got Belair to the top rope of it. Belair pretty much dodged it and pretty much was trying to, she dodged a suplex. I think Ripley was trying to hit a big, big sunset flip on her after that. But, Ripley pretty much tried to get the sunset flip on her, but Ripley ended up grabbing Belair and hitting a big riptide from the top rope for the win. Honestly, come on. Here's the thing. Belair was never going to win this match, okay? This is why I say it was maybe the weakest match in a way. Now, like I said, the match was probably the weakest. Like I said, it was pretty much decent to good. It got really good in the end, but this match was very predictable. Belair was never going to win this match. We all knew she wasn't going to win this match. And like I said, you heard me say it during the Raw and NXT reviews of how predictable this match was going to be, because we all know what was going to happen next, okay? We all knew. And even Wednesday just kind of gave it away a little bit more. The minute I saw Belair take down Ripley last Wednesday, yeah, I just said, Belair's not winning this match. Even when the Charlotte thing happened, it's like, they just kind of, it was just, like I said, if they waited till after TakeOver, they could have went for the Charlotte thing next. But when Charlotte kind of came into the picture early, you knew Bianca was never going to win this match, okay? And I know some people said they could have did a DQ finish, they could have did that, but I was like, they want Ripley to go over clean. I don't know if this is Ripley's first title defense. I think it is, so I think they wanted her going over clean in general. But after Ripley won, Charlotte shows up, attacks Ripley from behind. She pretty much got the microphone, and she says, I've made my decision. I'll see you at WrestleMania. And then next thing you know, Flair pretty much had the title in hand and looked at the WrestleMania sign for a second. And then she pretty much grabbed Bianca and then threw her into the steel steps because she had to get payback for that push from, a few weeks ago or whatnot, I believe. So I guess she had to get some type of payback on, I guess both of them then. They did attack her on the show not that long ago. Pretty much as Flair walked away, I think fans started to chant, you don't work here, I believe, or you don't go here. So that was the thing from that. But, overall, it was still a good match. I'm not trying to say nothing bad about it, but it was probably the weakest one possibly on the card, okay? But, like I said, this match was very predictable. You knew Bianca was losing. Even I was just kind of waiting for Charlotte to show up at this point. Even I remember from Raw, she says, are you still even going to be the champion this Sunday? And I was like, something tells me Charlotte gonna get in this one way or another. But as of now, we know it will be Charlotte versus Rhea Ripley for the NXT Women's title at WrestleMania. But then again, who will Ripley face at the next NXT Takeover, huh? I don't know. Or even if the belt will be on the line at the next takeover. I have literally no clue. But I guess we'll see then who she, maybe she does face somebody next takeover, but maybe she's working double duty. I don't know. All I know is that it's going to be Ripley versus Charlotte at takeover for the NXT Women's Championship there, okay? So, like I said, we'll see what happens from that, even though I'm sure people are going to say it's a D-League title to begin with. I got to hear arguments about that. But, what is next? Of course, I got to hype up Triple H's post-interviews or whatnot. Next Undisputed Era come out then, which again, I said before, why are champions coming out first? But since, Red Dragon was out there first then, we didn't get Pete Dunne and Matt Riddle, the Broserweights. I wonder how they got off of Triple H's private plane, huh? I wish we could have saw something. How did they stow out of there? How they flied all the way to Portland on there? Like I said, I know a lot of people do not like Matt Riddle's super high, I call him the new Jay and Silent Bob. Like I said, sometimes it can come off a bit goofy, but it's quite hilarious. And I thought those segments they did last Wednesday was very hilarious. But they come out in their Broserweight or the Broser cart, or I wonder how they get that over here, by the way, too. They are the Dusty Classic winners, so they got the trophy over there also. But next thing you know, they had some shirts on, and the shirts pretty much said, how much fish could Bobby Fish fry if Bobby Fish could fry fish? And then they actually, and I'm sure it's going to be a lot of jumping the shark thing they say here, but I thought it was funny at first on NXT, but now I see they really went far with it, that they had to make a t-shirt out of it now, and now they made it like a Titantron with some sing-along words now. So I almost thought they were going to sing along to the beat saying, how much fish could Bobby Fish fry if Bobby Fish could fry fish? Or if they did it with the beat, it would have sounded like this. Here we go. I'm just going to play around with this for a second. How much fish could Bobby Fish fry if Bobby Fish could fry fish? How much fish could Bobby Fish fry if Bobby Fish could fry fish? How much fish could Bobby Fish fry if Bobby Fish could fry fish? Here we go. How much fish could Bobby Fish fry if Bobby Fish could fry fish? Yo, how much fish could Bobby Fish fry if Bobby Fish could fry fish? How much fish if Bobby Fish fry... I'm losing the words right there. Here we go. How much fish could Bobby Fish fry if Bobby Fish could fry fish? How much fish could Bobby Fish fry if Bobby Fish could fry fish? Yeah, I may come up with some bars one day about that, okay, if you rap along that beat. It's a very nice beat, but that's how I would have done it if they did it. It would have been cool. It would fit right along with the bro part of the beat, just say, how much fish could Bobby Fish fry if Bobby Fish could fry fish, okay? I think it's hilarious. They may be going a little bit too far with it, depending on how long they can stretch this out. Hey, they got t-shirts, for God's sakes, but trust me, I know people that do not like that song. Personally, I thought it was hilarious, and you could rap off of it, but man, maybe we'll come back with some bars for you, okay? But this match here, Red Dragon, Riddle and Dunne. I gotta say, Bobby Fish looking very gray out there tonight for some reason. But this was a great match. Well, what do I have to say about this? This tag match was just all over the place. Okay, just both teams were great out there. Riddle hitting O'Reilly. I thought this was pretty good there, especially like when they did the moonsault and the corkscrew at the same time, him and Dunne. And then once again, both guys hitting multiple back and forth, no selling each other, especially from a German suplex. And Riddle doing the final flash on O'Reilly. Then after that, pretty much both of them come back with some kicks, but Riddle coming at Fish with a spear. Then after that, fans chanting Riddle several times, but Undisputed Era pretty much got on Riddle then. Hit him with the, I like that combo move, like that German suplex, like, knees thing they do, which was pretty good. They was about to go for total elimination, but Riddle pretty much dodged it then. Dunne pretty much came back and put O'Reilly in a big arm lock then. Both guys started dodging submission holds then after that. But, because I think they had both of them in submissions, but Undisputed Era turned it around, and they had one into a chokehold, one into like an ankle lock then. Right after, well, I think it was maybe a sharpshooter after that, but Riddle pretty much took O'Reilly down with a big knee, to break the submission holds or whatnot. Dunn pretty much hit Fish with another German suplex, stomping on his hands, did a big kick on him. Fish had pretty much, he was about to get hit by a Doomsday Device, but O'Reilly pretty much stopped it and hit with another big knee after that. Fish took down, whether it was suplex, like I said, Undisputed Era was starting to get the upper hand in, pretty much knocking Riddle off the thing, focusing on Dunn, but Dunn pretty much did his finger break thing on Fish then after that, and then he stomped on O'Reilly's hand. Fans chant, "This is awesome," then. Pretty much Dunn and O'Reilly start punching back and forth then at this point. O'Reilly pretty much knocked Dunn into Riddle to knock him off the apron, and as like I said, Riddle's still down. Dunn pretty much bit O'Reilly's hand so he couldn't get back to his tag, and didn't do the finger breakdown right after, which looked insane after that. But Riddle pretty much came in after that, and he was going to go for a spear, but he actually hit Dunn with the spear, and then O'Reilly and Fish was about to hit, they hit Chasing the Dragon on Pete Dunne, but Pete Dunne was able to kick out of it then. Fish pretty much got him back up. They're about to go for total elimination again. But Riddle finally got back up, hit him with a big final flash knee. Next thing you know, they start hitting double team moves all over the place then. And then they hit their like Enziguri, GTS Enziguri on Kyle O'Reilly for the win. Now becoming the new NXT Tag Team Champions. This match was great. I love this match. I'm not going to lie. I did pop when Riddle and Dunn won the match. This was a very fun tag match in general. I kind of figured Red Dragon was going to lose the titles to them, so I'm not surprised by this in the slightest way, but this was still a fun, great tag match in general, and I was actually kind of, like I said, I was actually happy and kind of popped up when they won the titles and everything, so a very great match again from both of these teams. Like I said, Riddle and Dunn may be a makeshift tag team, but they put out a great, like I said, they're a great tag team in general, and like I said, they got the titles. I know some other people I know were saying, well, maybe one's going to turn heel on the other, but I'm kind of glad that didn't happen, and they went through along with this, okay? So, very fun tag match, though, from both of these teams, okay? So, once again, Undisputed Era lost some more gold tonight. They lost some more gold, but like I said, hot match, hot crowd out there, very great. But then next thing you know, we move into the main event of this show. Adam Cole versus Tommaso Ciampa for the NXT title. Minute this match starts, fans chant Adam Cole and Psycho Killer. Once again, like I said before, I don't know why, like I said, my friend Steven said, okay, both of these guys hate each other, but they're starting it off with rest holds or a headlock or whatnot, or the collar and elbow tie-up. They said these guys hate each other so much, they ought to be just punching the crap out of each other in the beginning of this match. Yes, it did kind of, it didn't drag long, but I could see why they kind of had a little bit of chain wrestling here at first, but once they kind of got to the outside, it started going a little bit crazy, especially by the announce table. Ciampa put Cole in the seat right there, hit him with a big knee in, of course, running across of him, and of course, you know, Ciampa's got to do his, this thing right after, and he kissed a fan on the forehead, and then I thought that was pretty funny. I almost thought it was the cheek at first. I must have missed that at the last second, but it was on his forehead, though, okay? But, pretty much then after that, Ciampa went back for him, but Cole ended up taking him to the ground and then hit him with a big wheelbarrow suplex onto the back of the announce table right there, or like on the edge of the announce table, the back of his head hit. It looked very, very brutal, especially from a guy that's had multiple neck surgeries, especially the commentary team was talking about this too, but that was a brutal spot to look at. But, you know, pretty much getting back into the ring then, Cole pretty much took Ciampa down with a running knee. After that, they kept focusing on his neck several times, Cole did, and pretty much an enziguri on him. He tried to go for a Canadian Destroyer, but Ciampa was able to get out of it then with a kick. Hit him with a big German suplex then. Fans pretty much got they got a standing ovation for both of these guys then. Pretty much after that, they kind of went to the outside. Once again, Cole focusing on Ciampa's neck, and then they got to the top rope then. Ciampa pretty much, tried to go block the, the Canadian Destroyer or the Panama Sunrise or whatnot. Ciampa hit a big air raid crash from the top rope. 2 count. Crowd goes nuts for it then. After that, that air raid crash always looks pretty crazy at the time. Pretty much both of them went outside then. Cole super kicked them then. A lot of super kicks in this match at the same time too. But Ciampa pretty much got a powerbomb then from Cole. And he powerbombed to the announce table. Well, because who hit the announce table first? Yeah, Cole pretty much had a Ciampa on the announce table. Powerbomb did not work, but when Ciampa does a powerbomb on Cole, he actually goes through the Spanish announce table because the table did not break at first. By the way, Ciampa gave him 2 powerbombs, I believe. So this table was probably the hardest table to break throughout the night. It's like everybody had attempted to break that table, and one way or another, that table was going to break, and the table did finally break. Okay, but it took 2 power bombs to get him through it, but Cole finally went through that table, though, and the crowd went nuts for it. But pretty much he threw Cole back into the ring, taking his knee pad down, hitting him with a big running knee right after that. Cole pretty much was able to dodge the second one, get him with a kick in, but Ciampa had Adam Cole and went for Project Freaking Ciampa, or Project Ciampa, right? That's it, Project Freaking Ciampa, because the move is so crazy. But he hit Project Ciampa in, and pretty much it was a big near fall. Once again, both of these guys get a standing ovation. Both of these guys end up getting back up. Of course, the back and forth punches again with each other. And then after that, they went to the outside. Cole was going for a suicide dive right after. But Ciampa ended up dodging like he had a kick on him at the same time. Cole pretty much got Ciampa in back into the ring with a power driving in right after that, which looked pretty crazy. Cole hit him with a big Ushigoroshi in. But it still didn't work. Ciampa pretty much kept coming back then at Cole. Cole tried to get him with the Shining Wizard, the last shot, but still could not work and everything. He ended up rolling to the outside of the ring after he hit it. And he tried to go for a Canadian Destroyer on Ciampa, but once again did not work. Ciampa gave him an air raid crash onto the side of the apron then of the mat, which fans started chanting, "Holy shit," then. He tried to go for the fairy tale ending outside, but Cole dodged it. Ended up hitting a Canadian Destroyer on him, like I said, by the mat and whatnot, which looked insane. But as they got into the ring, Ciampa got him with the Willow's Bell then, the DDT. Hit him with the fairy tale ending, but Cole still kicked out of it. Almost thought it was actually over after that. Fans started chanting, "This is awesome," then, going crazy. Cole ended up hitting a crossface on Ciampa then, but Ciampa ended up reversing it, getting his own crossface on him then, taking him down. But as I expected, what was going to happen next, Undisputed Era gets involved. Roderick Strong distracts the referee. Red Dragon comes out, hits the total elimination on him, throws him back in the ring, goes for the 2 count, but Ciampa still kicks out. Cole went for the last shot. Ciampa dodged it. He ended up throwing Cole outside to the rest of the Undisputed Era outside. Roderick Strong was able to dodge that, but he tried to get back in the ring, but he got hit with the Willow's Bell DDT. Pretty much went prone like a dead body then right after that. And fell outside the ring then. Ciampa ended up hit a big corkscrew all Undisputed Era outside then. He got Cole back in the ring, but Cole gave him like 3 super kicks to the face then. Went for a last shot, but still Ciampa kicked out of it. Okay, once again, more kickouts. Just more and more kickouts here, all right? Right after that, but Kyle O'Reilly ended up getting the NXT title in and throwing it inside the ring, and he distracted the referee again. Cole ended up shoving Ciampa into the referee, knocking him to the outside of the ring. I was about to say this match is getting a little bit overbooked right here, or just a lot of false finishes. But, Cole tried to go for another Panama Sunrise, but Ciampa ended up kicking him midair, hit him with the fairy tale ending, but the ref was still down for the count, so nobody could count then. Next thing you know, Ciampa looked at the title, but Johnny Gargano was there then, surprisingly. And the minute I saw Gargano, I was like, heel turn. I bet you it's a heel turn. Ciampa crawled for it, but Gargano took the title from him. Well, they both put their hands on the title, but Gargano took it from him. Ciampa looked surprised, and Gargano ended up hitting Ciampa in the head with the title. Cole pretty much looked at, he went for the pinfall, and he still retained the NXT title. Undisputed Era ended up celebrating with Adam Cole then as Gargano walked away. So, once again, we are now going to see Gargano and Ciampa again. Now, I feel like I've seen this feud enough, but I guess we have to do this feud again in reverse this time. Now, I know some people are going to say the reason why this feud is back because some people think it ended abruptly. Honestly, I felt like I've seen enough of them after all their matches, which they always put on great matches and everything, but even I thought, I was like, okay, maybe it was just time to finally move on from this, but I think because of what happened after last year's WrestleMania, when WrestleMania weekend, and Ciampa got hurt, and everything, and he was gone for multiple months this time. So it's the same feud, but it's in reverse this time and whatnot. Do I really want to see it again? Yes, and yeah, like I said, yes and no. I feel like I've seen it one too many times, but we'll see where this goes. Because honestly, Gargano, it's just kind of funny. He's like, okay, this guy loses to a heel, but now he just turned heel tonight. And honestly, Gargano needed something new anyways. Gargano has gotten very cold as a face. I was going to say that earlier. Some people think Gargano has gone very cold ever since NXT even got on USA. He hasn't really done nothing. At one point, he was hurt most of the time, or he was just there to be there. He wasn't hot as a face he was. Maybe it's because of all the matches he had with Adam Cole several times that just kind of... Which was still really good, but in a way, they really did run its course by the third match. I don't think they didn't know where Gargano was really going to go next after that. And I guess now, since after this whole thing with Finn Balor, I guess now he's going to turn heel and go against Tommaso Ciampa at the next Takeover. Was it Tampa? Yeah, Takeover Tampa. That's going to be next, okay? So... Like I said, I know that's going to be a great match. I do look forward to it. It's just I was like, okay, so Gargano's the heel and Ciampa's the face this time. So it's basically the same feud, but now the roles are reversed. Now, I don't know if it's going to stretch out for a long time. I don't know. But I feel like they've done its course last time, especially how many matches did they have before? Like, Jesus, like what, 3, 4 matches, I think. I don't know. I'm not going to count all the Takeover matches they have right now because I think the last one was going to be at the New York one, but it did not happen. Like I said, Ciampa got hurt, and we didn't see him for several months then and whatnot until he came back and everything. So at least we know what both of these guys are capable of. So it's going to be a great match at the next Takeover when that happens, okay? So expect all of that to happen, all right? Cause come on, man. I'd be lying to you if I tell you that their next match is probably gonna be great, like they had if any other match before. I'd probably be telling more lies than that Michael Avenatti dude. Score 1 for Chicago, man. Trust me, that's a win for Chi-Town for that fucker, all right? But we're not gonna get into that right now. Yeah, fuck that dude. But yeah. Like I said before, both of these guys are going to have some great matches, though. Now, as for Adam Cole, where does he go next? I have no clue, okay? Where does he go? I don't know. All I can say is, we'll see. That's all. We'll see what happens with Adam Cole. Who could be his next opponent? There's some people that tell me Velveteen Dream could be the next opponent. Possibly, he just came back, but he still needs to beat Roderick Strong. Personally, I think Keith Lee may be the next one in line. I still think he should have been for this match, but given the outcome tonight, maybe I can understand why he was not going for the NXT title right now. I still think they should have hit the hot hand when Keith Lee was like super on fire at the time, but that's why I didn't feel like he needed the North American title, and they should have him go for the main title. It could be Finn Balor next. Finn Balor is on a roll right now, but then you would have a heel versus heel match if you put Cole and Balor again, because we saw that before with Cole and Balor. Like, okay, we know these guys are great, but who do you cheer for? Because both of them are heels right now, so Balor could be next for the title. So it's a lot of intriguing questions now to see who is going to be Adam Cole's next opponent for the next NXT Takeover, because possibly he most likely will be losing that belt there, because he's probably the last one of the Undisputed Era that still has a championship belt on him that he's holding right now, okay? So what do we expect from this? I don't know. Now, like I said, I'm still going with Keith Lee. We could go for a double title thing. Keith Lee could challenge him. We get both the North American and the NXT title on the line. Now, I'm sure a lot of people may not be keen to this idea, because I think we see enough double champions right now when you think about it. And trust me, I'm seeing a lot of double titles right now, because everybody's not I could go all the way back to Undisputed Era, but in this kind of recent time date right now, we've seen a lot of double champions in wrestling when you think about it right now. First of all, it was Becky 2 belts, and right now we got Naito 2 belts, Naito and whatnot. Hell, Shingo's got 2 belts, okay? So anybody wrestling becoming the next double champion. But I'm still putting my money on Keith Lee to be the next one to go against Adam Cole at the next NXT Takeover for maybe both the North American and the NXT title. But I guess all we can really do is find out and see. But there's a lot of questions to see who will be Adam Cole's next opponent, okay? As for the match between Cole and Ciampa itself, not a fantastic match. What can I say? It was great. I can't say nothing bad about it. Some say will probably be match of the year. You could probably write that on your calendar right now. This is one of the match of the years right now if you want to put that. Hell, hey, pencil in Keith Lee and Donovan Dijak. We've seen it a bunch of times, but pencil that in too, okay? Overall, NXT TakeOver was great, as usual. You can't really say nothing bad about it. The strongest match on here possibly was the main event itself. My matches that I liked throughout tonight was the main event, the first match for the title, the tag team match, and I'll put the street fight as a little of one of a good one too. I did like Gargano and Balor, but I felt like it dragged throughout the half the match until the final 10-15 minutes. That's when the match got really better. The weakest one, what I still say, was possibly the women's title match. It was still a very good match, but it's like it started off pretty decent at first and it got a little bit better in the end. That's why I say it was probably the weakest match of the night. And you know they got to start pushing the Ripley and Charlotte thing, so you know that is going to be the next thing on the list, okay? So, yeah. Overall, another great NXT TakeOver from Portland. Portland was a very great crowd tonight. Like I said, it's a little bit odd to see TakeOver on a Sunday and not a Saturday, but hey, it was still a very fun, fantastic show, and now it leaves a lot of questions going into NXT this Wednesday, okay? So, other than that, though, like I said, it's been a very, crazy few days, weekend, I should say. A lot of stuff going on. I should say that, too. But, yeah, like I said, it's been a very fun, crazy few days for me. Like I said, celebrated birthday, a few days ago or whatnot. Just, checking out the dunk contest, All-Star Weekend in Chicago. I actually got a chance to meet DJ Khaled for 10 seconds. But I will tell that story on a different day. Because, trust me, that's a story to tell how I met Khaled yesterday. Probably just got a picture mostly. Well, I did get a picture, but just walked up for 10 seconds. But we'll talk about how that whole event, we'll explain that another time, okay? But I got to meet him yesterday and whatnot. But, other than that, though, man, just a lot of just crazy things going on throughout the weekend and that. A lot of stuff. And NXT TakeOver was a really fun thing to end this weekend on a Sunday, okay? But, other than that, comment, subscribe, tell me what you think about NXT TakeOver Portland tonight. What was your favorite match on the show? What would you grade this show in general if you had the chance to? Also, when you think about it, because this was a very great TakeOver, okay? Then again, when is TakeOver not great? But this was another great, terrific show, okay? So, other than that, like I said, follow me on Twitter, at HoodedKnight890. Check out any other video that is up right now. And I think that is all I can really explain throughout the night. So, I'm going to go check out the rest of this All-Star game and then play some Smash Brothers right after that. And you know what? I still need to go see that Sonic the Hedgehog movie, so I'm going to check that shit out when I get the chance. I haven't really had, since it's been a lot going on this weekend, so, I haven't had a lot of time to get through that. But other than that, though, I am out of here. I will see you guys later. Peace out. Hope you enjoy NXT TakeOver tonight. Out.